Hey, what up, everybody? It's Moss coming to you with another Modern League. So, this is basically the deck that my teammates are doing really well with. This is the deck that I'm basically going to be running this entire Modern season, and that is Mardu Energy. Now, let's go ahead and get one thing out of the way here. This isn't the regular Mardu list that you see a lot of people doing well with. This particular one is maybe spicy just because it's running Marionette Apprentice as a 4 of instead of the Orcish Bowmaster. Yeah, the One Ring is a really impressive card in the modern format right now, but we're seeing a lot of decks get around card draw in a way that doesn't make Orcish Bowmaster as impactful as it could be. So, we're going to try out Marionette Apprentice as basically this no gods, no masters version of Mardu. To pair really well with Marionette Apprentice, we've got Chthonian Nightmare and Goblin Bombardment and Ob Nixilis. All a bunch of like sacrifice a creature things that help Marionette Apprentice hit opponents for damage right to the dome. And the thing is, each opponent loses life. So it kind of works around that protection that the One Ring gives your opponents. Besides that, it's basically the rest of the energy package. Guide, Ocelot, Amped Raptor, Galvanic, Flage, all the normal stuff. Mana base, pretty much the same. The big thing is we're running basic Swamp, 2 basic Plains, and a basic Mountain, and a Phyrexian Tower, because again, sack targets, extra mana, good stuff. Sideboard, again, about what you would expect. Just because Nadu is still legal right now, we've got 3 copies of Harsh Mentor. Because Energy is going to be a menace, Sun Cleanser. Because Goryo's is a deck you have to be worried about, Nile Spellbomb. Thoughtseize to deal with combo decks. You got a couple copies in the main as well. Wear Tear to deal with problematic artifacts and enchantments. Deal with Urza's Saga. Fatal Push because it's going to be hard for the opposing energy decks to deal with actual removal that can take out their Sun Cleansers. And because we can, Gigantha. But that's everything. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in match number 1. Alright, match number 1, we're going to be on the play. That's sick. And reveal Gigantha. Is this hand keepable? Not really. Is this hand keepable? A lot more so than the alternative. Let's put back a lightning bolt and let's run it. Alright, so let the land come in tapped. Kind of a dead giveaway to our opponent what we are. If we're revealing that and playing a land tap, shows that we don't have anything. Opponent's got Polluted Delta, and they're not cracking. You know what? Let's go ahead and just start with the Amped Raptor play here. And then next turn we can go for a Johnny off of this Arid Mesa and keep a Lightning Bolt up. Alright, so we will reveal after opponent thinks about some stuff. Reveal a Pride, happily cast it. Not bad. Got a couple energy in the reserve too. Opponent is getting a Undercity Sewer and binning a Psychic Frog, so they're the Murktide deck. They're basically just like a hair away from playing Legacy at this point. Okay, so opponent didn't have any interaction on our turn. They're not playing anything now. Probably means that they've got Bowmaster in hand. Let's just go ahead and do this. Now, I think we just want to go ahead and fetch this out, play this, see if they have the counter, a counter, Okay, they do have a bowmaster. Take out our cat. Surprise, surprise. Alright. Play out a Johnny. And let's go ahead and swing. Do they block? No. Because why would they? Okay, and pass to the opponent. Now, we've got all of our mana that we can use. We've got a couple good removal spells. If they decide to tap out for Psychic Frog, we don't hate our position. Okay, they're just going for a Polluted Delta, Preordain, and let's see. Opponent goes top, bottom, and no attacks. Sweet. Okay, opponent fetches. Getting Watery Grave untapped. And then playing out Psychic Frog. Let's go upstairs. Okay. Love this for us. Love this. Alright, we're going to fetch. And we're going to get a plains here. Let's go ahead and just get rid of this Psychic Frog. In the first main phase. And we'll swing in with both of our creatures here. We're going to leave a Johnny back because duh. Okay, opponent just takes it. Now, the question is, do we want to flip a Johnny? Because if we flip a Johnny, we go up to 19, and then we dome the opponent for 2, which doesn't seem that great. So, some solid logic here to just not do that. Let's go ahead and shoot him up top. And put him at 4. And now we're looking good. If they kill our Amped Raptor, we can get back Flage. Opponent has double counter spell mana up, because they can go for regular counter and then they can go for Drown in the Lock. Opponent's getting kind of jiggy here. Obviously, we're gonna just take this because taking one is not that big a deal for us. The ideal cards that we would like to draw this turn would be Fetch Land. Marionette's not bad either. We will happily pay there. Let's go ahead and just play out this Marionette Apprentice. Okay. Opponent let that resolve. Make a servo. And now if any of our stuff dies, it's like opponent takes an extra 1 here. Let's go ahead and just play this out. Opponent could play another Bowmaster, take out our Amped Raptor, block the cat, and then stop a Johnny. And we don't hate that. Obviously, that lets us cast the Amped Raptor next turn. And if they have the removal spell for a Johnny here, you know, that's sick too. Okay, opponent's at 3. They block. They take 1. Okay. So, now a Johnny goes on the stack. Yeah, we'll flip homie. Sick. And we can't do Flage this turn, but we'll make a cat. And we'll say go. Like, we're willing to throw away anything this next turn. Okay, opponent's got 3 cards in hand. None that are known to us. There's a Psychic Frog. And are we kind of willing to just throw whatever in front of their creatures? Yes, because it guarantees us a win. And opponent scoops it up. Sick. So, on to sideboarding. What do we necessarily want against this deck? We probably want to go up with Thoughtseize and Fatal Push. And then, like, Chthonian Nightmare is really good because it lets us get stuff back. Obnixilis feels good because it keeps pressure on the opponent. Things that aren't gonna be good. Honestly, maybe the Lightning Bolts. Like, they've obviously got Toxic Deluge. They've definitely got a lot of stuff that they can deal with from us pretty easily. Bolt adds some extra reach, which is like maybe a big reason to bring that out. Is there a reason to bring in Nile Spellbomb? Yes, to stop Murktide, but that's like it. I could see maybe some argument to trimming on Galv Discharge and maybe just like split the difference there. Looks kind of fine. Maybe on the draw we could make an argument for cutting Chthonian or Obnixilis. On the play it definitely feels a little bit stronger. You know what? I kind of talked myself into it. We're going to take out the Obs. Alright, so this hand is sick. We just need a fetch land to get our black mana online, but this hand feels really solid. We can force them to deal with our guide on 1. If we get a fetch land, we can kind of protect the combo. Okay, Amped Raptor is pretty cool too. So, start with guide and say go. Opponent's gonna get their Watery Grave. Okay, so they're just gonna straight up kill this now. Yeah, they cast Fatal Push. And we're just gonna go ahead and pass. I think the big thing for us here is we don't really want to run out guide or anything else. But let's go ahead and just see if we can throw this Raptor out here, get the most value out of it. Okay, they're just counterspelling this. That's fine. Opponent's down to 3 cards in hand. Alright, what we need is for them to not have anything super impactful. Inquo takes our entire hand. The redundant copy of Ocelot Pride is super good. So they're probably just going to take either the Marionette, the Thoughtseize, or one of the Prides. Yeah. And Undercity Sewer. Okay, if we get a fetch land, we do really want to look at their hand. And unfortunately, we didn't. So now we're kind of in a bad spot. Because opponent can just go for a big Murktide this turn and kind of change the course of the game in their favor. But opponent just draws their card for turn, doesn't really do anything with it. See if we can undo this pass. Okay, sweet. We're just going to go ahead and bolt you. See what you do. Okay, Static Prison isn't what we want either. I mean, if they had it, they would have cast it already. And us passing through the turn isn't going to do much. Okay, there's a Fatal Push. So we were getting it out of their hand regardless. Okay, what's the opponent got? They got another land. Ooh, sick. Harbinger of the Sea. Okay, okay. Dead. God, so this is basically just like the next iteration of Is It Murktide, but with like better removal, I could argue. Better removal, worse card advantage. Uh, as a former Murktide player, this warms my heart to see this deck. But right now, as a current person who is down on mana, I would love for this to not be the situation. Do you have another? Okay, Psychic Frog I don't hate. Alright, so... I mean... we gotta go ahead and just take your Psychic Frog here. At this point, I feel like Fetchland has to go and get us a basic. Opponent passes. Yes, we will happily do this. Okay, let's fetch and get a swamp. Because we do not want to get blown out by a second copy. What are you doing, opponent? Oh, okay. Counterspell. Counterspell is solid. I mean, let's take a look at that hand. Sink it a Stupor. Groovy. Okay. And maybe there was an argument to casting that Thoughtseize before, just to take whatever they had there. Okay. We will happily pay here. Let's play a Johnny. Opponent, do you have the counterspell? They have the Stern Scolding. Stern Scolding is wild. Alright. Opponent does have a spell. Inquo. Taking that. Pretty huge for them. Okay. Opponent, you get that back. We have to really hit well here. So, yield Servo. Say go. What do we necessarily want? We want our opponent to... Are you just going to attack? Please, please give us an opportunity to block. Don't make it fly right now. Give us the opportunity to block. Don't make it fly. Ah, opponent saw the line. All right. Okay, so Shadowy Backstreet has to be the pickup here. Another copy of a Johnny's not doing anything for us right now. Opponent having 2 cards is going to be pretty good. I gotta admit, opponent did have us fearing another Harbinger of the Sea. Okay. Well, sick. There's a Marsh Flats. As long as they don't have a Tashana's Tidebinder, we're okay. Okay. No Tashana. Yes, we will happily do this. I mean, opponent, if you got the counter spell right now, then good job to you. And then we'll just go ahead and get rid of 5 of these. Okay. I mean, yeah. Oh, snap. Opponent just has the 1 land. I mean, they can kind of freely attack here. I don't know why they're exiling, especially when they know that we just have Flage in hand. Now, what would be sick is if we had... Are you just casting it? Okay, it's another frog. It's another frog. Interesting. Interesting opponent. Okay. Well... I mean... Let's just do it. Okay. I mean, yeah, we take that out. And then die, trigger. And then put that onto the battlefield tapped. So, like, yes, we could have gotten... Ooh, Bowmaster. Bowmaster is a heavy blowout for us here. Okay. So, opponent does just kind of do us in there. Okay. They are ponder or preordaining. Top bottom. Top bottom ain't great. Attacking, drawing, play a delta. Okay, so let's go ahead and play this out. See if we can lure the counter out of them. Opponent goes for a subtlety. I mean, sure. We don't hate a subtlety. Um, you know what? Honestly, we'll top that a Johnny there because, again, we're not really frightened of that at this point. I would say that we just take out the Psychic Frog. Yeah, like Psychic Frog has to be the take. Subtlety we're not worried about. Bowmaster we're not worried about. You get your other Undercity Sewer. Put a Spell Snare into the yard. That's wild. When you know that we have an Ajani, that's crazy. Okay. Well, yeah. So, opponents just drawing their card for turn. Not attacking, so it's not a fatal push. Let's go ahead and cast the Ajani. Is it a counterspell? You know what, opponent? Good for you. Good for you for having that counter. Kill your subtlety. And we're at 16. You're at 9. Block with the Bowmaster. Take 1. We will get Jagantha. And then, I mean, next turn we've got lethal on board unless you can deal with this Flage. And even then, we're still hitting you for just a ton of damage. You've gone through 3 counter spells in yard. Yeah, no, we're basically there. Alright, show us what you got, opponent. Okay, there's Murky. But the other thing that's looking murky is your future right now, opponent, because we are really getting in there now. Alright, so swinging. Sending 3 at your face. Our graveyard doesn't matter. Your exile doesn't matter. You're blocking the Flage, obviously. Deal 3 to your Murktide. In fact, we're not even going to deal 3. We're just going to deal 2. And let's go ahead and just bring it back. White, red. And then we'll exile a bunch of stuff. And here's Flagey. What are you doing, opponent? Opponent wants mana burn to be a thing. Or maybe they're counting up how much life they were at. Maybe they've got a secret Tishana. GG's, opponent. Alright, sick. See you guys in match number 2. Alright, match number 2, and we're going to be on the play again. Alright, reveal Jeggy. And let's see what we got. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Sick. This hand sucks. Oh, brother, this hand stinks. But I actually feel like it might be okay. Let's keep it, weirdly enough. Ooh, an opponent's mulliganing down to 5. Yeah, no. They're... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think our opponent might not be doing the thing. Our opponent might just be... Oh, God. There's no way. They might be crazy enough to be running the Crashing Footfalls deck. They might be doing the Doomwake Footfalls. Oh, we might be cooked. Oh, they're Ruby Medallion. What are they doing? They've got Ruby Medallion. Round Desperate Ritual? Yeah, we'll absolutely slam dunk and take your round. Now, we would love a land. We would absolutely love a land right now. Are you gonna Reckless? Oh, okay. Sick. Sick, 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 sick. Play that Wooded Foothill. Play another Manamorphose. What the world? Brother, ugh. Brother, ugh. Okay. I think we are cooked. We are absolutely wrecked right now. We would love a land more than anything. Put a Pyretic in the yard. Get another land. Throw Jeggy in hand, yeah. I mean, our greed knows no bounds. If we get just a single fetch land, that way we can play this Ajani. Okay, opponent kept a card on top. Are they going to go off? Okay, it's Manamorphose. We know that they've got Jeggy and Desperate Writ in hand. Okay. I mean, there's 3. There's Jeggy, Desperate Writ, and 1 unknown. Okay, they cast Passing Flames. Oh god, are they going off? Are they going off? With basically nothing, they're going off. They revealed Wish. Is opponent actually going off? I cannot believe this. Yeah. Opponent's glimpsing. That's crazy. Oh my god. Alright, GG's opponent. We lost that one. Holy, we should have had that one in so many ways, but we just didn't. Alright, so things we bring in here. We're bringing in Nile and Thoughtseize. Getting rid of what? Static Prison? Maybe? mean, Static Prison does get rid of the Ruby Medallion. Chthonian's kind of trash. Galv Discharge doesn't seem super great besides taking out Ral. And even then, like, everything else we have takes care of Ral. The Goblin Bombardment line doesn't seem super hot either. If we had just top deck land at any point, I think that game could have turned out differently. Alright, game number 2. We're going to be on the play. Man, such a brutal game 1 just for them to win the way that they did. Alright. So, is this hand better? Infinitely so. We'll keep this. We will Sacred Foundry Guide on 1, and then we will Ocelot Thoughtseize off of some type of land here on 2. And then turn 3, we can maybe even go harder with Phyrexian Tower into a bunch of other things. Oh, brother. Turn 3 is going to be insane. Turn 3 is going to be nuts. Nuts, I tell ya. Would we like to pay the 2? Absolutely. We will lose as much life as we need to. Alright, Pyroclasm. Yeah, we're taking that. Yeah, we're taking Pyroclasm there. Okay. So opponent's got 5 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jaggy ain't one of them. Put another Ral in the yard. Reckless Impulse. Past in Flames Ruby Medallion. So they played Mountain. We still know 4 cards in their hand. I mean, it's what I feel like it's Amped Raptor. Realistically, it's like Amped Raptor, and no matter what else it is, it's like kind of just a dub. Okay. Bombardment's huge for us here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and use all 3. We'll pump up the cat because we want the cat to live more. Oh, sugar. We should have played the land. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe we're going to bait the opponent into thinking we had something cool going on. We didn't. But maybe we can make them think we did. Okay. Opponent uses a Manamorphose. They still got these 2. Opponent uses the Manamorphose. They still got these and these that we know about. They're looking for a land. Okay. They're playing the fetch. They're fetching and getting just a regular mountain. They're playing Ruby Medallion. Are they playing out Rao? Because play out Rao, I think, means that we win next turn. Okay, so we do have to sack the Ocelot Pride. Okay. Let's shoot them. Yep. Okay, this is huge. So we go for this line. We do all this. Opponent is basically tapped out here. We pump, send Amped Raptor flying. We sack a cat, flip a Johnny, play Marionette Apprentice. Okay, opponent knew that they were cooked. Sweet. Alright, on to sideboarding. And we're going to be on the draw against this deck. Oh, man. Okay. You just really gotta hope that our opponent hits the worst series of draws possible. How do we feel about this? This hand can get there. Opponent mulled the 6. Okay. So we're going to start with a Sacred Foundry untapped and hitting this. Opponent goes for the commercial district and bins a mountain. Okay. Ruby Medallion. Ruby Medallion is good. Let's Amped Raptor. They might have us here. We need removal of some variety. Lightning Bolt, not removal. It's the wrong type. Alright, so are we cooked? Chat, I think we're cooked. Alright. We don't know what our opponent has in hand, but it's 4 cards. They've got Pyretic, Bloodstained Mire here. They can play land out and maybe start to go off. Okay. Okay. They got 5 mana. There's Rao. They're wishing. What could they wish for here that would absolutely hurt us? There's a lot. They're down to 1 card. Past in Flames. They won but chose not to flip. Pyretic. Reckless. They can wish again. They instantly ultimate, and what do they have? Okay, mana, bunch of exile effects. I mean, they're up to 11. They just wish, grape shot. I mean, I feel like we want our opponent to be smart, but also this isn't entertaining. This is terrible. So we're just going to go ahead and concede. They got it. All right. See you guys in match 3. All right, match number 3, and we are on the draw. Okay. And how does this hand look? It is very slow. Like, nothing on 1. I think we can mull this very happily. This hand's a lot better. I think we can keep this one. And honestly, I feel like it's putting back a lightning bolt. Like, as crazy as that is, just put back a lightning bolt. Opponent's mulliganing down to 5. So they're either Tron, Nadu, or they're just bad Boros draw. I mean, let's see if you got it. Shock fetch, remove our thing. Oh, they are... Okay, so they're either a weird energy deck, they're prowess, or they're storm again. Okay, Ral. Yeah. Ral's gonna be a problem. Gemstone Caverns, not so great when you are on the play. I mean, what do we want in this particular situation? Like, Guide of Souls would be sick. We don't have anything to get rid of that game 1. And thank goodness we didn't get that Gal discharge. Yeah, let's go ahead and just cast this. Thought seizing the opponent's actually really good for us here. And we will take your Valakut Awakening. It's actually phenomenal for us. Strike it rich. Cool. Alright, let's see what you got. We'll keep that on top. We'll swing at your face. I mean, we're really okay with everything that's kind of happening right now. Opponent just plays Mountain. Okay. You know what? Sure. We'll cast it targeting our Amped Raptor. We will not do anything. And we'll honestly just get a Mountain. Like, maybe it was better to get the Raucous Theater because we get to surveil. But, like, just putting a little extra pressure on them feels significant enough. Okay, opponent casts a Ren's Resolve. They hit 2 more pieces of air. They lose on this board. Okay, sick. Alright, so here we bring in the Thoughtseize, we bring in Nile Spellbomb, we bring in Wear Tear. And we take out Chthonian, we take out Discharge. Maybe we take out Static Prison, honestly. Static Prison does feel kind of worse. And Ob on the draw is way too slow. And we'll bring in just these couple of Galv discharges because they're kind of needed. Is Bombardment too slow? No, because Bombardment damages our opponent, which is really important for our deck. Getting creatures back from the yard isn't. And I feel like that's a mistake that we made in the last match, just not taking out the statics or not bringing in the wear tears and everything. Okay, so we know the opponent is Storm. This is a great hand. We need to start by going Sacred Foundry. Ooh, an opponent keeps a perfect 7-2. Okay. Let's... Yeah. Let's start by doing this. And I think, depending on what we see out of our opponent on this next turn, we could maybe dictate our sequence a little better. They've been a Wish. Means that they probably have one in hand or they just don't want to draw it. Oh my god, opponent passed. They don't have a land. A Braid, Reckless Imp. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Did opponent keep the riskiest hand? Oh, buddy. We have some unfortunate news for you, opponent. We also really have to hope that our opponent doesn't just have a, like, actual piece of removal in their hand. Yeah, we'll cast another Amped Raptor. Okay. Happily, using all this energy, we'll pump up the guide. And we will absolutely use this. We will pump up the Ocelot Pride. And then turn 3 we go up to 10 permanents. We get the City's Blessing here. And we gain a bunch more life. Opponent's not killing us. Whew. Okay, Redemption. See you guys in match number 4. Alright, match number 4. We're going to be on the draw. Juicy J will be revealed. Oh, this hand is disgusting. This hand is so slow. What's in Underground Brazil? Who knows? But our opponent's Underground Brazil. Yeah, nah, we're not going to say anything to our opponent. We'll mull this hand, though. Do we feel better about this one? A little bit. Ob, Chthonian. It's probably Chthonian? Yeah. It's definitely Chthonian. Ah, they're Tron. Okay. So, this isn't going to go well. Especially if they can go runner, runner. Just, like, destroy our hand, essentially. Destroy our board. We'll go Raucous Theater. Is that the greatest hit off the top? No, we need land, actually. Would that have been a good hit for us? Okay, we got 4 power on the board. Opponent's just getting another Tron land. Really, they just get an Eldrazi Temple. What are they casting for 5 this turn, I wonder? Well, truth be told, I think we're just going to attack. And I mean, next turn if they have another big land like this, we kind of fold to a lot of the things they would have pointed at us. So let's go for this and Marionette Apprentice. And then we can maybe save a Johnny and some stuff for the next turn. Okay, they're looking for something. They want to cast something big. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 2 top, 1 bottom. Not a great set of draws for us. For sure. Let's make a servo. Gain some life. Could we have sent something flying? Yes, but doing the Galv Discharge thing is going to feel a little bit better. Cool. Hit me with that All Is Dust, opponent. Okay. And what does opponent have now? Talisman of Curiosity. Interesting that they have the green-blue one. TKS is huge. That's gone. Unless you got a counter. I mean, you probably take the ob here. Yeah. Like, opponent for sure would just take the ob. Weird that they only have Urza's Mines right now, too. I mean, they can't really do anything to us. Okay, they get another Eldrazi Temple. And I think it's fine that we just go ahead and get the Gigantha here. Like, maybe we should have flipped a Johnny. Okay, they play the other Eldrazi Temple. There's Karn. What are you getting from outside of the game? You can get a Walking Ballista. Ballista for 2 is pretty good. Cityscape Leveler is really good too. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 8. Okay. Now the question is, okay, we can play guide, destroy up to one target non-land permanent. We can hit Karn. Yeah, I think that's what we have to do here. So it's like go in the air at Karn, go at opponent, go at opponent, and yield yes, and then we will make the servo fly. And then we can go a Johnny into static prison next turn. And then I think we're okay. Like, opponent's going to have to block the cat. Like, they sack it. It's fine. Okay. Exile, scry 5, and draw. Yeah. I mean, what could our opponent get here? 3 top. Holy cow. Okay. Alright, what you gonna get, opponent? You gonna get the walking ballista? And then just the board? Because, I mean, they can only walking ballista for 3. They shadow spear. Shadow spear is kind of crazy. All is dust. Okay. Yeah. They hit the 4th mine. Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm down with this. Flage Pop Karn? Well, is it Flage Pop Karn or Flage Pop? It's Flage Pop Karn. We don't want them getting any more, like, increased value off of it. I would love it if we could. Okay. And maybe this is the reason why people play Void Mirror in this deck. What are you playing? Sowing Myco Spawn. Sure, opponent. Yeah. Yeah, you cast that Myco Spawn. Yeah, hitting one of our lands over here. Probably just hitting Raucous Theater. I mean, another fetch isn't the worst thing for us. And Cityscape Leveler destroys. Doesn't exile. I mean, yeah. You kill it. Sure. Yeah. Okay, they finally hit their other Urza land. They're just one away from getting us now. Man, no, this opponent's had so much time to do everything that they wanted. Um, sure. I mean, you just cast this Devourer, and now you have Tron. Okay. 8, destroy that, get your thing back. I get a token that's useless. Yeah, I'm not overcoming a 9-point life swing. You got it, opponent. You got it. Yeah, that wasn't going to go anywhere for us. Alright, on to sideboarding. So, Thoughtseize is good. We're going to be on the play. Thoughtseize could be fine. Chthonian's not. And Bolt's not great because it's not killing anything. Nile's not super good. Fatal Push is trash. Run it like this. Yeah. Okay. So... I mean, where's the power in this hand? It's not there. It's so slow and reactive. This hand's a little better. Yeah, we'll drop Shadowy Backstreet. Do it like this. Opponent mulligan down to 6. Let's fetch a Sacred Foundry. Alright. We just gave our opponent so much time in that game to recover that it was insane. Okay. Talisman. Ring. Karn. Okay, so the cards here that are really hard for us to beat. Talisman ramps them, but they'll be able to search for a land regardless next turn. Ring is next to impossible. I do think we just have to go for like Guide of Souls and then go for the Ocelot Pride next turn. And it's like next turn we can go Ocelot Pride, Galv Discharge, our own thing. Okay, so they go for Talisman here regardless. And, you know, 2 cards in their hand. 1 card in their hand. Okay. As cool as it would be for us to just cast and go for the pump here, we need to save this for Karn. Alright. And then next turn we get a bunch of things. I wish MTGO could fix the trigger so that we could get the extra Ob Nixilis tokens. Alright, they got Eldrazi Temple. Okay. And they have another one. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3. I mean, let's attack with everything. Yeah, we'll pump one of these. Okay. Let's go for... Honestly, let's just shock at this point. No. Let's not. We don't need to just start throwing away our life. And as cool as it would be for us to sack the bigger token to maybe, like, ultimate the other obs sooner, I don't know if it's super worth it. Because we're just putting absolute pressure on them right now. Okay. So we know 3 of the cards in our opponent's hand. Bunch of life, bunch of tokens. We would have made... We would have made 6 copies of Ob Nixilis too. The math is always hard on that. Okay, on the draw, I think we just run it back just like this. Okay, Gigantha revealed. I mean, the mana is so wacky here that, like, yeah, we can't really do too much. But, like, the hand can get there. An opponent gets to look at whatever card they're hitting off the top. Chances are they might have an Ugin's Labyrinth and just ramp a little bit. Urza's Tower. Okay, cool. Now, if they had a Sun Cleanser, I would cry. Kozilek's Command. Deck, sometimes I love you. I really do. Okay. So, really, I want to just cast the Pride here regardless. And then I think next turn it's Amped Raptor and whatever. Okay. Thought-Knot Seer's great. Probably taking one of these two. Static Prison's probably the worst take here. Thoughtseize is super good, yeah. And again, it's about what we would expect. So, do this. Draw a card. Johnny, you say. Johnny. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you hit the other Tron land, we start to feel bad. Galvanic Discharge. Yeah, we'll cast that on ourselves. Gain all that. Okay. If you got it, you got it, opponent. If you got it, you got it. Oh, they're just casting Devourer. They're just hitting that static. They're just hitting a Johnny. I'd be surprised if they took Marionette, but they gotta just hit a Johnny here. They hit Amped Raptor, which is so surprising. That's so surprising. Alright, so now it's... we do this. We make the servo. We do this. Make the cat. We swing with both of these. And then, yeah, we'll flip a Johnny. Okay, the question is, which do we take out? Which is the bigger threat? And I feel like it's the Thought-Knot Seer, because, like, we have the ability to block the other creature for a while. Okay. Now, if they do just go and cast All Is Dust here, like, womp womp, we're left with our little servo token, and we, like, hate ourselves for the situation we're in. Okay. You can cast a One Ring. But we're not sad if you just have One Ring. Because Karn's gone. Shadow Spear. Shadow Spear is one that we are very sad if you cast. Urza's Tower. Well. Well. Okay. So. If we throw all that in front of it, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Johnny doesn't die. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. That's 4, 5, 6. I mean, we do this, a Johnny lives, their creature dies. And, like, a Johnny goes down to... No. Do you have the ability to get rid of a token? That's just mean. Well, now we lose, opponent. Oh. Man, that would have been such a cool hit, too. But it's like, we're just losing in this spot now. Okay, what you got, opponent? If you get a Ballista, we're kind of cooked. you're just going to get a cityscape leveler, and we're also cooked. What you gonna do? Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yep. GG's opponent. Alright, see you guys in match number 5. Alright, match number 5. We're going to be on the play. Can we recover this league and 3 to it? Is this hand going to help us 3-2 this league? Honestly, it might. Depending on what we hit off of our Amped Raptor. Like, doubles of Ob and Amped Raptor here are huge. Opponent had a Serum Pout. What is opponent? Oh. Oh. Oh, they're running something spicy. I have no idea what I'm going to do against them. I have zero clue what I'm going to do. Okay. An opponent's down to 3? Help? Okay, so it's like Raucous Theater here? Yeah, Flage is going straight in the yard. I would like to hit something that makes another body, either Marionette or Ob. Okay, Chalice on 1. Cast that into the Chalice. Cool. Am I just playing against a Legacy deck here? Like, what is going on? Will attack? And I guess we'll just shock this in. And Amped Raptor. I mean, cool, we hit a bombardment. We'll just sack this second Amped Raptor. Play this. Always yield. Make a servo. Say go. Thank goodness Fury's not legal. I have no idea what our opponent's doing, but it is terrifying to say the least. Yeah, no, you do your thing. Combat. Let's black that and this. Sack the servo. Yeah. Let's sack make a devil. Plus. What type of spicy shenanigans? is our opponent dealing with over here? What? Okay, Reflection's a Kiki Jiki. I mean, do you attack into this? I don't feel like you do. Okay. I mean, yeah, we block before damage. Sack that. I mean, what you got, opponent? Okay, cool. Casualty? Oh, black mana? Sack this. Yeah. Um, and now we just plus, and we put you so close to dying that it's not even funny. In fact, could we have killed our opponent there? I think the answer is almost. This is some spicy 7-layer dip right here. What in the fudge is going on with this deck? Thoughtseize. Wear Tear. Cards that are bad here? It's like Discharge Bombardment seem okay. Like maybe we just trim on the 1-drops a little. Chthonian Nightmare seemed okay. Disrupting whatever combo it is seems of great import to us. I mean, again, we're looking at like a hand that's okay. And as long as they don't go like turn 1 Chalice, I think we're cool with it. I'd love to draw land. Never mind, we are definitely getting turn 1 Chaliced. Alright, Emrakul. Mind Stone. Okay. I don't know what we're doing here. All I know is that I'm scared at this point. Like, do your thing, opponent. Go off. Slay me. Are you just ramping into Eldrazi? Like, 4, 5, 6, 4, 6, 7? Yeah, cool. I mean, I suppose, like, yeah. I mean, down tick. Plus. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Again, I just have so many questions. Be so serious, opponent. Be so serious. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay. Nah. I mean, like, even if I'm not doing damage, I gotta pump up this Guide of Souls just to get out of, like, Pyroclasm range. Get it out of, like, Brotherhood's end range. Oh my god. I'm so confused. Valakut Awakening? Sure. Can I just, like, not have you cast more copies of your cards? I mean, plus. And plus. And we'll just play this tapped. I mean, how do we feel about another copy? No, it's not good off the top. I mean, like, opponents got Ulamog. They've got Emrakul. Like, cool beans. What was that match? All right. See you guys in the wrap up? Okay, so what do we think of this deck? Honestly, considering that we only lost to Tron and Storm, and in one of our games against Storm, we lost with like basically no good mana. The deck was pretty solid. I think if I was going to run this at an RCQ, I may be considering going up a copy of like Thoughtseize in the main and just dropping the Chthonian Nightmare. Like it hasn't really come up in any games in that last game against the mono red Eldrazi list. It was dead in our hand. After Nadu goes away, obviously dropping the Harsh Mentor is going to be huge. And with an uptick that we would likely see in Tron, Gorios, and other things, I think it would be kind of worth it to run stuff like Void Mirror and a number of other cards to kind of deal with the colorless decks, and obviously Damping Sphere to deal with Storm. I think after the Nadu ban, Modern's going to get interesting, but it's going to be a lot of these top decks that we see continuing to perform at the highest level. But that's been everything. See you guys in the next video.